Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. This factor will never leave Judah. This factor will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. I clean it up. Esau the end of my king's up. On the eagle's neck I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah.
Live. Hey, shalom everybody.
Shalom.
And welcome to the live class. We're at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class days and times are on the screen, so make sure you check that out. Our different locations are also on the screen, so make sure you if you want to catch us live in class, look up at your screen, and you'll get all the different locations. We got a few different ways that you can watch us if you're not live in class. We got the Blog Talk Radio, as well as a few other different channels on YouTube. All right, we'll put that on your screen. We got the Hidden Truth Bible channel, Israelite Media Corp, 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Kids Class Live at 1 p.m. every Sunday. Okay, so make sure you check those different ways to watch us out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, send it to your family, different things like that. We got a few businesses. We got Israelware. All right, that's our first business. And with Israelware, you can hit the sisters up. They can make you a custom garment, whatever you want. They can fringe it. They can sew leather, whatever you want for a custom garment. We do have the monthly subscription of Fringed Up. You'll pay $35 for a shirt or $75 for a shirt, and you get that monthly. It'll come with a different color every month with a decal, a biblical decal on it, and some fringes. Okay, so and if you want the headband to match, it just depends on the level that you sign up for. All right, we got Hebrew Academy, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's Monday in Virginia, Tuesday here in Houston, Wednesday in Rochester. Make sure you check that out. If you need to reach a teacher, if you need to reach any one of us, you can reach me at 303-557-8979. You can reach Priest Kazakia, 757-400-3037. His number is on the screen. We got another business. We got Sweet Ambiance. Okay, so for your smell good needs, we can take care of that. Just go to sweetambiance.com, and the rest is self-explanatory. All right. We do have coming up on the 15th of May, which is in a few days. Right? Yeah, we're in May. 15th of May is going to be the Feast of Weeks, or the Feast of Pentecost, or the Feast of First Fruits. All right. So we'll be celebrating that high holy day at sundown on Saturday the 15th. So we will have class, if the weather permitting, street speaking, and then we'll have the feast after. All right, so we definitely gonna be getting it in over here, right?
Done.
Right? I think Derek said he's gonna get that fish fry cracking. So I'm already plotting. For that fish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that we probably definitely gonna be eating some fish and getting it in, having a good old time. So if you want to be a part of that, hit us up, let us know. You're more than welcome to join if you're local. Anything you want to give, we appreciate those that have been donating. Your, time, money, resources. It's all needed. It's all welcome. For the brothers and sisters in here, we tend to forget about. And I'm not saying that we forget, but we don't really mention it. That, the works that the brothers and sisters that are a part of the camp do. They give a lot of time. Sisters give up a lot of their time for garments, kids class, business meetings, all the different things that help the school function. They give up a lot of time for that. Brothers give up a lot of their time the body and for the duties of a priest, it's a lot of time consuming, time consumption. It's not enough. I feel like it's not enough hours in the day. So the water to everybody that's been giving up their time, and if you're not in a position to do that as of yet, just keep doing what you can do. It's appreciated, and what will happen is the Most High will move you to the next venture. The scriptures say, "Commit thy works to the Most High, and He will establish your thoughts." So that's the mind that we want to be in, where we're committing our works, and He's establishing the mind. All right. So anything you want to give monetarily, we got the Wells Fargo, we have the Zelle, Google Wallet. Anything you want to mail, you can mail it to any one of the three schools, books, pens, pads, papers. It all works. It's all needed. All right. So we thank everyone for that. Okay. Got another good class set up, right?
Sure.
Got another good topic, and again, these topics they're good reminders for ourselves as teachers. They're good reminders for brothers and sisters that are learning. The things, what the Most High is requiring at the time. Sometimes we lose sight, right? We lose sight of there's goals within the goal. What's the ultimate goal? Sometimes you'll lose sight. Looking at the big picture, you'll lose sight of the small steps and the small little goals. So, we're going to go through a little class, just another refresher, reminder, brothers and sisters, of some of the small things that we have to be realizing that is required of us.
Right? Yes, sir. So the class is going to be going in today about brothers and sisters' least favorite scripture. One of brothers and sisters' least favorite scripture, which is we're fishers right now and not hunters, right? Because what brother right now don't want to be a hunter? What brother right now don't wish it was hunting season where you could just go and start popping heads and know that Yahweh Shai will be on your side? Right? Start putting to death, some of these nations that's done us wrong. Start taking vengeance on the wicked. Like, what brother don't want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the Most High is on your side, so you could be on some David type stuff with your sword and just go and avenge not only yourself and your family, but your friends, your nation that was before you, your brothers and sisters that's dying daily. What brother don't want to, I know my gun has a nice sword at the house. Like an actual sword, not a bullet sword, but
Full tang.
Yeah, actually got what is it? What are swords? You got a claymore at the house. I'm Benjamin, so I don't have a machete though. but who don't want to use a machete? I know Romero guy is he got his blade somewhere, right? But again, who doesn't want to do that? So a lot of times when things is popping off and you see certain things in the news, you see certain things in the streets, you're like, man, I can't wait to do something. I can't wait to take some type of vengeance in my hand, right? Sometimes you get like that. So this class is going to be touching on that aspect, but it's going to be touching on the fisher's side, right? It's also going to be, think about it too. I know the sisters, they can't wait to see their husbands go to war. Like, yeah, go get him, babe. Get him, kill him. Save some for me, right? But let's touch on a couple of scriptures, man, to show why it's important. When Yahweh Shai said that right now it's time to fish, He's going to send forth fishers before He sends forth the hunters. We're going to see why that fishing aspect is so important, because a lot of times it is overlooked. And brothers and sisters will be like, man, y'all are weak. Why don't all the Israelites just gather together and get guns and go to war against Esau? Y'all are weak. We're weak-minded for thinking like this, right?
Yeah. All y'all are doing is just talking.
Con.
You hear that a lot from our people. All y'all doing, y'all just talking.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't got no action.
Con. So let's see what action is that the Most High wanted us to do. Well, we're gonna go into it, but let's start here at this beginning. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. I know a lot of sisters are like Chung Lee, you know, or they'll kick your butt. Who's some other lady, female fighter on Mortal Kombat? Yeah,
Chung Lee was definitely not on Mortal Kombat. That's Street Fighter.
Chung Lee. Oh, crap, damn.
Terrible.
I'm showing my whackness.
Katana, Melina, Sonya Blade.
A lot of sisters want to be like Judith. God. Start here. Deuteronomy 32, verse 21.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21.
Go ahead.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God.
So the first thing we got to understand is we're the ones that piss the Most High off. Right? Go ahead.
They have provoked me to anger with their vanity.
We provoked the Most High to anger with our vain things, man. The vain things that we give our lives to, that we give our spirits to. Go ahead.
And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
And that's exactly what's happening right now, man. We jealous of Esau. Think about it. When's the last time you saw Edomite just walking down the street and he was like, damn, bro, you conquered us? I do that all the time. I be walking just in the day-to-day operations of life, and I'll look at an Edomite like, damn, bro, you got us? You.
Especially Amalek.
Bruh.
Worse. You look at them.
Oh, my God,
They're the
bro.
most docile, weak people, the fake Jews, and you look and you like, you niggas?
Y'all?
Y'all outsmarted us?
Con, bro. You look at some Elamites, you like, man, you? Damn, bro, you? Come on, bro. You be looking at some Asians. You look at some Asians, man, and it's just like, golly, bro. We lost to you. We're under you. We the ones that live hard and y'all live good. And y'all are over here praying to a statue. Rubbing Buddha's belly for good luck. We lost to you. We lost to them. We're under the Indians that pray to cows. Like a cow could just walk up in their house, walk up in their tent over there in India, and they ain't gonna do nothing about it. Ain't no burgers being served over there. Ain't no burgers, ain't no steaks. They worship their cows, man. We lost to that. The same people that have their women put, that little dot that's on their forehead, that's a period blood. Did y'all know that? Well, not an actual, but it's when you go into like the rituals and the gods why they do that. Zion had did a class on that way back. Shiva. That's her period blood. That represents her period blood on their forehead. God! That's what we lost to. That's what the hell we lost to. These fake Jewish people sucking the baby's private part after a circumcision. That's what we lost to, folks. So yeah, sometimes you live this life, you're like, man, like why can't we slaughter them? You know what I'm saying? I told 2 years ago when I was in the mall, this guy told me and him went to the same high school, but he was still in the high school. I had graduated, of course. He told me that he showed me this video of an Edomite chick that went to the high school doing the do with her dog. Her dog. But that's what we lost to. You see that? So we're provoked. The Most High is provoking us to jealousy with a people that's not a people. They're not even considered people. They're beasts. You see that? Finish it.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
Now go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. We're provoked to anger with a foolish nation, man. Listen, working these trucks and seeing how, and going to these nice neighborhoods, Hakawa's in here, Maguna's in here, even Quatazak, he can vouch for it. He went on the trucks a couple of times. Bro, these neighborhoods that we deliver in, that is so beautiful and majestic, Ain't no Israelites in these neighborhoods.
Yep.
And if they are, they're not ordering nothing. Because we ain't the ones delivering to them.
The wild part is I never seen some of these neighborhoods till I had to deliver to them.
Bro, they just
I
hidden.
didn't know some of these neighborhoods existed.
Come on,
Where
bro.
this come from?
But these base people, that's not even a people. They're the ones that's living good. And they got those big extravagant gates and you can't get in.
Not welcome.
Not welcome, man. But hey, it was all to move us to jealousy. So now when you move to jealousy, it's supposed to be a righteous jealousy. The Most High wants us to turn that's supposed to be fueling our fire, man, into doing the purpose that the Most High wants us to do. Read Obadiah 1 and 5. Check this out.
Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5.
Go ahead.
If thieves came to thee,
Uh-huh.
if robbers by night,
Like, come on, man. We be in our hoods. Anybody ever got robbed? Like, damn, you be in your hood, somebody rob you, you pull a gun out, you're like, oh, man, golly, bro, what do you want? You want my chain? You want my wallet? You want my phone? Here, take it. You want my shoes? Here, take it. Whatever, right? They break into your car. They take your radio out your car back in the days. They take the rims off your car. Or they'll steal your car and they might scrap it, right? That's on rare occasions. They'll take the door off your car. they'll your laptops, all that is gone, right? So if thieves came and cut you off, read on.
how art thou cut off?
Read it from the top. Oh yeah, go on, my bad, I'm sorry.
How art thou cut off?
Uh-huh.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Yeah, man, they take what they could take. And then they dip. Read on.
If
The grape gatherers.
if the grape gatherers
Uh-huh.
came to thee,
Uh-huh.
would they not leave some grapes?
Con, go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
Uh-huh.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Yeah, man. If somebody comes and robs you, they take what they could take. Esau's gonna take everything. Oh, you missed 2 payments from your house? That's our house now. I'm taking it. And everything inside of it. You come home and there's a big lock on your door. Your key don't work. The house and everything in the house is now theirs. They come and they take your car, they repo your car.
Everything in the car.
Everything in the car is theirs. You're lucky if they hit you back and they're like, yeah, you can come and get everything from your car on this day, but you got to come this day at this specific time to get everything that's in your car.
Oh, they don't hit you back. You gotta hit them. They ain't hitting you up.
Con, I'm gonna tell you a crazy part. I was talking to my mom and she was like, yeah, your grandfather died, but he had Alzheimer's when he was dying, before he died. So his mind wasn't there. So he was paying for his life insurance, but because he had Alzheimer's, his mind wasn't there. So he missed his life insurance payment by 2 months. And she couldn't pay it. She couldn't take it over because he had already missed it by 2 months. So he's been paying for life insurance his whole life. His whole life. And right there at the end, he missed 2 payments. And all that money's gone. It's like he never had life insurance. It's like he was just giving away his money. So that life insurance that he paid for, where that was supposed to give the money so that he could be buried and give some money to the family, all that was gone. All of it.
Esau, man. Esau's a swindler. A no good trickster.
Bro, imagine my grandfather died at like 60. Imagine paying for life insurance since you were 20. Since you were 20. And right before 2 months before you die, your Alzheimer's is so messed up that your mind isn't there at all. And you're in a nursing home, so of course, certain things you can't do. And the whole family's like, oh, at least we'll be able to bury him. He has life insurance, but nobody's thinking like he hasn't been paying it for the 2 months right before he passed, right? And you go and all of it is gone. No sympathy from Esau. No, like, you can't even get on the phone and explain to him and explain to them like, yeah, he had Alzheimer's. So he didn't even realize it. Of course he didn't even know who we are when we were talking to him. He didn't know us. He didn't recognize us, didn't remember us. So you expected him to remember to pay his bill? You expected him to remember to give us the information to pay the bill? Bruh. So all that money was gone. But isn't that what Esau do to you? Isn't that what Esau does? You'll pay for your insurance for your car, get into a car accident, and they try their best. They try their best not to pay you for that car. Or they pay you the value of the car. So you paying insurance, but you've been paying insurance for it. That just happened to me. That just happened to me. So I didn't even know that could happen. But it shows you Esau's mentality. Read verse 6 again.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
Like, bro, like how do you even think like that, right? Go ahead.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Like, it's like, bro, like no remorse, no sympathy, no compassion, no hospitality, nothing on Esau. Nothing. But why? What do you expect? The first scripture already told you that the Most High was going to move us to anger with a people that was not a people. That's why they move like this, because they're not a people. Y'all see what I'm saying? Go to Psalms chapter 137, verse 1. Come on, man. These people that are not a people will give you 100 years in jail, knowing damn well you're not going to be able to live that out. Give you 120 years in jail. Like, how do you do that? Like, what was the point in that? How are the things of Esau sought out? Read Psalm 137, verse 1.
Psalm chapter 137, verse 1.
Go ahead.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down.
Go ahead.
Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows. We hanged our harps upon the willows, and the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
So they oppress us. They treat us like crap. But hey, can you make some music for us? Can you entertain us? Can you throw this round ball in this round hoop? Can you kick this round ball through this rectangular pole? Can you hit this ball with a bat? Can you run with this pig?
As soon as they oppress you, and you try to say something like LeBron, right? Where they tell him to shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble, right? There was another chick. It was basically the same thing. Just shut up. You don't want no commentary about what's going on. Just do your damn job, which is to entertain.
Yep.
They'll oppress you, and then they'll require a song and a dance, right? Dance a jig, right? Yep. Go ahead and moonwalk across stage, dunk a basketball, jump from the free throw line, run, the 100 in 4 seconds flat. That's the mind state of Esau. They don't want no commentary. They don't want no Black Lives Matter. That's how you know they don't want no Black Lives Matter, because they speak out against Black Lives Matter. Now, ask yourself this. Who spoke out against Asian hate? When they came with the slogan, Asian hate or stop Asian hate, who spoke out against it? Nobody, right? Nobody. There was no opposition to stop Asian hate, but there's opposition. As whack and gay as Black Lives Matter is, it's still a thing where someone has to consider, okay, we're killing black folks, so let's stop killing them. But think about it. There's people that are opposed to us not being killed.
Yeah.
You got to think about that. That's cold. But it's the oppressor. Why? Because we want you to do our bidding. We want you to sing. We want you to dance. We want to be able to have you at our disposal to take advantage. It's no different. You go work a job. You put in extra hours. You you put in the extra hours in the OT, and then what happens? They take it all in tax.
Come on, bro.
You might as well not work the hours.
Right.
It wasn't worth it to get an extra $5-6. You might as well just stay working your regular 40.
How is it me working overtime Now I'm in the tax bracket of the rich.
Yeah, but that's how they do it, because they know we can use them, overuse them, make it seem like we're doing a good thing, paying y'all extra and blah, 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 Skippy. But we'll find a way to shortchange you through our policies, through our laws, right? Like the scriptures say, through his policy, he caused craft to prosper.
Yeah.
Right? So they find ways to oppress you through the very laws that you run around trying to uphold. Talk about, I know my rights. I know my, I'm a tax-paying American, right? I voted. Like the same laws that you died for or voted for, it's the same laws, statutes that are killing us, right? Mm-hmm. And we still have yet to see, like it goes back to the first scripture, I like it, where the Most High said he was just going to move us to jealousy. He's going to move us to jealousy. All the things that we're going through, it's because of our actions, but then we think that a different action is going to change what the Most High has set up. Well, different act, man, out of oppression. What is it? What do they always say? It starts with an F. It's two words. They both start with F. Financial freedom. Right? They talk about a black bank insured. The FDIC insures all banks. From what I understand, that's a white company. That's a white insurance company. You can't escape whitey. Financial freedom ain't going to, that only gets us so far. I'm not saying we shouldn't have it. That only gets you to a certain point where now I have to implement other things to become free. And other thought processes. You see that?
Yes, sir. And I'm glad you went there too, because that right there is another equation to why we are fishers now. So I just want y'all to keep that part in mind as the class goes on. Go to Zechariah 11:5. Because what's up?
Who's buffering? Is it buffering? No. Is everybody buffering? Let's see.
Yeah, it was buffering.
Was it? It was buffering after she typed in the chat. Yeah, that's what's going to happen for a little bit till we get a new computer. That's what it is for now. Yeah. So, Salakia for that. Bear with us.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 11,
Move that lights on.
verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Like just like what we were talking about. Just shut up and dribble, right? Just shut up and play. Well, another thing they like to say is keep politics out of sports. Keep politics out of everything. Keep politics out of their entertainment. They don't want to go and listen to their music and hear anything about what's going on. They don't want to go and watch their award show and see anything that's talking about the oppression of the Israelites.
Nope.
They don't want to watch their sports. They don't want to watch anything that entertains them to see their oppression. You see that?
To deal with the fact of what's really happening. That's why when cats is kneeling, what do they try to do? They try to change the narrative. Oh, you guys are disrespecting the flag.
Yep.
And disrespecting the Patriots. No, you're not. Because the same very ass Patriots you talking about don't feel disrespected. They said it. And it's not like you kneeling on the flag because you're not standing for the national anthem, an oppressive racist song. Yep. I mean, y'all heard the whole national anthem? It's racist as hell. It talks about keeping niggas as slaves.
Yeah, that was the third verse.
Yeah, the third verse was like bigging up the slavery of black people. But for us to kneel and not acknowledge that song, see, y'all are wrong for that. Now we're justified in killing you. Right?
Yeah.
Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Mm-hmm. Go to Ecclesiastes 7:7. Ecclesiastes 7:7. And this is going to be the last scripture on this point. And then we're going to move on to the next point. Because don't all this piss you off? Like makes your blood bubble a little bit? It should. Read Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Who got it?
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
See, that scripture says surely oppression is going to make a man that is wise and woman mad. You see that? So us now being in the truth, yeah, we got some wisdom. we got some knowledge of the Most High, so we're naturally pissed now. We're naturally a little bit mad, angry, frustrated. But when you look at our people in the world, they're not mad. They can't wait to get the shot, the little
vaccine shot.
Yeah, that. I was trying not to say it because they like to mess with your YouTube video if you say it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you say like certain. So they like to call it the little jab. They say the jab now, so that YouTube don't try to get at you. So, you know, you got our people in the world. They would rather just get the jab and go back to living normally because they don't see the oppression of what's going on with our people. But we see, and this oppression makes us mad. And think about it, when you first find the truth, you get so mad where it's like, man, you really just want to take your anger out on a nation sometimes, right? You start seeing like certain videos, you start seeing these little cop videos, anything just triggers you and you just want to go at it with a nation. But scriptures is going to show us, man, that's not the time. That's not the time. And like I was saying earlier in class, a lot of people like to say that all we do is just talk. We don't do nothing about it. And they're like, why don't we start going to war against them? Why don't we start defending our community, defending our people, right? Like physically. But now is not the time. Akawa, you got your hand up?
I had a precept.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 50 and 7.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
All that found them have devoured them.
Uh-huh.
And their adversaries said, we offend not,
Uh-huh.
because they have sinned against the Lord.
God, and that's how Esau be thinking. Well, the Edomites that know. They feel like they're not doing nothing wrong because of how we sinned. Because of how the Most High put us in this slavery. Because we sinned against the Most High. They feel like they're not doing nothing wrong. We're the slaves. We're cattle. We're their property. So they can do whatever they want to us. Go ahead.
Whoa. Hold up. I gotta read that. I gotta read this.
Jeremiah 57?
No, Derek just sent me this. Check this out. Black man enslaved by South Carolina restaurant manager is owed $560,000. The court rules.
Damn.
Check this out. A former restaurant manager serving 10 years in prison for effectively enslaving a man, forcing him to work more than 100 hours a week without pay.
Damn.
Must double the restitution he pays to his former employee, and more than $500,000, a court rule. Wow.
Damn.
Bobby Paul Edwards, a 56-year-old white man who ran a restaurant in Conway, South Carolina, has now been ordered to pay John Christopher Smith, a black man with intellectual disabilities, $546,000. So obviously this black man didn't have all his wits. And he literally made this dude work 100 hours in the week.
Every day of the week. 7 days a week.
I mean, you gotta work. That's what I'm saying. You gotta work this man.
He was pretty much working
Damn
as
near
long.
16 to 20 hours a day. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right? That's if he worked 20 hours a day. If he had him working every single day, still 12 hours a day, every day. That's wild, but that's what they on.
Con, bro.
That's the epitome of America. But the thing is, it don't always end so beautifully. Like, oh yeah, he got caught, right? Oh yeah, $546,000. Yay! Oh yeah, he killed George Floyd. Let's give him, put him in jail. Yay! Guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, you get caught up in the guilty, and like I said the other day, guilty don't mean anything in America, because they'll get caught up in guilty and then they'll do it again 3 days later. And then not release the body cam footage because they know they don't have to. The dude, what is his name? Andre Brown, the one who they shot a few times in the arm and the back of the head. That's his name, Andre Brown.
I'm not sure.
Anthony Brown. So many names, but the point is,
Oh, it was the 13-year-old
Right. There's two of them.
13 was in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's a Christ brother, and then you had
The brother they was doing the warrant on.
Yeah.
But we gave you a guilty plea, so guess what? Now it's supposed to be a wash, right? It evens out.
Yeah.
Guilty, we can go kill a few more black folks. This time, not release the incriminating evidence, and we get to skate on scot-free.
Yeah.
That should anger you. That should boil your blood. I know it does mine. I know it makes me mad when every time I watch things like that. I'm just like, damn, dude. How? When? Where? When is it gonna stop? Where you at?
It's on us for making stop. But you know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to show the opinion of the white man, right? He was ordered to give $500,000, right? But think about it. He's only going to get like $250,000 out of it if he's lucky.
After they tax him.
After they tax it?
Lawyer fees.
Nah, that's $250,000 just tax.
Tax, yeah.
So the lawyer fee is probably going to be like another $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So out of that $500,000, he probably going to end up with like $200,000 at the end of the day.
Then his family's gonna rape him because he's not all the way mentally there. So you know what his family's gonna do. Power of attorney, this. All of a sudden he got dough. This. All of a sudden he came up. We all came up. You know, black folks. Yeah. So it's like he didn't get nothing. It's gonna be like he didn't get nothing.
Money gone, bro. Go to Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Go to Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. So with all that being said. With all that being said, right? Read this Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Uh-huh.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
You got Ammonite Czar. He says same thing happened in Houston on Harwin. Harwin is right up the street from us.
Yep.
Like we're on Bissonnette, you go north, you got Beechnut, Bel Air, Harwin. 3 streets up from where our school is at.
Yep.
You had the Orientals had Latinos enslaved a few years ago. You see that? So, with all that being said, this is our mentality sometimes right here. Read Jeremiah 51 and 20 again.
Jeremiah 51 verse 20.
Go ahead.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
So you see that? We're like, man, Yahweh, you said that we're your weapons of war. We're supposed to be your battle axe, right? Go ahead.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nation.
Ain't we supposed to be going and destroying these nations? Don't you see don't you see any of these nations walking and you're like, man, I'll mess you up right now if I wanted to. Don't we like, bruh, you look at an Edomite, you look at your boss, the white man with a power trip, you'll look at him and just be like, man, bro, I'll screw you up, right? But you'll look at him and consider like, how the hell did you get us into slavery? How did y'all conquer us? How did you conquer the whole 12 tribes? How did you conquer the Native Americans, right? But the scripture says that we're the Most High's battle axe and weapons of war. So when are you going to let us break in pieces these nations? Go ahead.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
And a lot of brothers and sisters will be like, man, maybe the Most High isn't letting us do it because we're not trying to do it. Maybe the Most High isn't letting this happen because we're not actually putting it in the spirit that we need to go out and start doing this. A lot of brothers will think like that, right? Go to 2 Timothy 2 and 3. What's up?
I said, even if you look at what was that slave name? Who tried to like get business on Esau? What's his name?
Nat Turner?
Yeah, Nat Turner.
Uh-huh.
Even with him, if you look at how he turned out, he ended up down in the end.
God.
So like the Most High was with that. Why didn't he prosper with the little that he had? And it wasn't.
And that's what it is. The Most High isn't with it. You see? And as we go on, you're going to see what's going to happen if we even attempt to do that. Go to 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Who got it?
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3.
And this be our mindset right here too. Go ahead.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Yeah, we're like, man, we're supposed to be soldiers, ain't we? Ain't we supposed to go out and like go to war? We're soldiers, right? But go to Romans chapter 12, verse 9. Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Who got it?
Book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 19.
Go ahead.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
So it's like, golly, bro, we're supposed to be soldiers. We're supposed to be battle axes and all this. And we can't do it because Yahweh Shai says, avenge not yourselves. So damn, so when do we get to be battle axes and be soldiers and be able to be used of Yahweh Shai and the Most High to break down these nations? We're going to go into it. Go ahead.
For it is written,
Vengeance
is mine. I will repay, saith the Most High.
See, vengeance is Yahweh Shai's. That's the first and foremost thing that we got to see. It's not us. It's not our vengeance. You know, I'd rather sit back anyways and let Yahweh Shai take vengeance because his vengeance is nice. I'm going to give y'all a story of an Edomite lady that we delivered a TV to. So this Edomite lady had an elevator in her house. Why? I don't know. She only had 2 floors. But she had an elevator in her house, right? So she was like, yeah, you want to go in my elevator? I'm like, hell yeah, I don't want to carry your TV up the stairs. Let's go. So, and going up, I forgot how we started talking, and she told me, she was like, you know, a lot of people, they wonder how I got this house as a single mom. And I was like, dude, go on, how did you get this house as a single mom? And she was like, a lot of people would want this house and would want the money I have, but they wouldn't want to get it the way I got it. And I was like, how did you get it?
Make it a holler for $1.
Bruh, the Most High, she's coming back from Bush Airport with her family, right? And a drunk driver driving an 18-wheeler smashes and crashes into her car, right? And all her kids in the back died. And her husband, he was alive in the car. She was the only one that that firefighters was able to get out. They couldn't get her husband out. So she's in there having a conversation with her husband, and the firefighters are trying to get him out, but they can't get him out. So she's in there having a conversation with him.
Bro, that's some Grey's Anatomy stuff.
And
It's hot.
and she's like, yeah, the only thing we could do was pray. And I'm like, yeah, that is the only thing you could do is pray.
Wow.
And they couldn't get him out. So he ended up having to stay there and die. He just had to die. Like, it's crazy. But all her kids, gone. Husband, gone. She was just left with one disgruntled daughter that you could just see, like, she was just, like, she walked in, like, typical white lady. How was school? How was school, Caitlin? It was all right. She just walks, and she's just disgruntled, not trying to deal with mom. And I'm like, golly. But I say all that to say that we be wanting to take vengeance, but the Most High is the King of terrors. Bruh, I can't.
He's already dishing it out.
He's dishing it out. We just don't know it. Most High be dishing out the vengeance, man. All we got to do is sit back and go to Jeremiah 16:16 and do what this scripture right here that we're about to go to says. Because you know what else that white lady said to me? This is what she said to me. She was like, you know, I understand. I'm starting to understand y'all's struggle. She was like, she read this book that talked about like how America treats colored people. And she was like, she didn't know that. She was like, honestly, she didn't know that as a middle-aged white woman that America was like this for colored people, for Israelites. And then she was like, this was like right after the guy, this was like the very next day or the 2 days after the George Floyd's killer got the guilty sentence. And she was like, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so happy that he got a guilty verdict because he didn't have to kill George Floyd. That was evil. And she was like, she was saying it with tears in her eyes, like, just like that guy didn't have to kill my family. So I was like, well, he wasn't trying to kill your family. That guy was trying to kill George Floyd. And I was like, damn, that's how y'all gonna understand when it happens to you. The Most High got to do it to you. Now you understand, because she mentioned George Floyd's daughter. She was like, now George Floyd's daughter got to grow up without a father. And she was like, that sucks. And I was like, yeah, now you're understanding it, because you have this one disgruntled daughter who lost her father and her siblings. So now you're seeing what this daughter that you have is going through mentally and psychologically. And now, because you're going through it, you understand what the hell we've been going through forever. Now you understand it. And like you said it yesterday, last class, Sabbath?
What?
Pain is the best teacher.
Pain is the best teacher.
Yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday?
That was last night.
That was last night. So last night we were talking and he was like, pain is the best teacher. And it's true. All that pain and that trauma that she went through, guess what? She understands now. A little bit. A little bit. So when you look at the scripture, Romans 12:19, avenge not yourselves, because vengeance is Yahweh Shai's. Let Yahweh Shai take his vengeance. Because then they'll understand. What we going to do as Israelites? What we going to do as Israelites?
Just as man.
That's just men. We can't do that.
No.
Unless we want to go to jail. Come on, man. It took this woman losing her whole family for her to like look and be like, golly, like, y'all are really going through it. So now when she looks, she can understand like what it is that Israelites are dealing with in America. Now she understands. You see that? So what that's why for us, we just keep doing what we're doing. Leave vengeance to the Most High till Yahweh Shai. We'll be fine. He shows it. Read Jeremiah 16:16.
Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them.
So this is like the whole point of the class right here is this scripture. The Most High is going to send for many fishers, right? And the fishers is going to fish them. Go ahead.
And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain.
Like a lot of brothers like to act like the first part of the scripture wasn't even there. Like, yeah, man, I just want to go hunt. I just want to go hunt. Has anybody here actually been hunting? Got one brother that's been hunting. I've never been hunting. Not when I got a grocery store. We never been hunting. That's Esau. That's not naturally in our spirit to be hunters. Go ahead.
And from every hill,
And
out of the holes of the rocks.
So, after we're done fishing, then the Most High will finally send forth the hunters, right? But this fishing is very important. Why is this fishing important? We're going to go into it, but I want y'all to think about something. What's the point of us right now? What's the point of us right now becoming hunters and wanting to go to war with these nations when we can't even come together? We can't even communicate. We're not in unity. We hate each other. We got grudges against brothers. We got grudges against sisters. We got so many issues that we haven't worked out. How the hell do we expect to go to war against other nations? Forget the weapons aspect, because we know that, I'm not even going to touch on the weapons aspect, like Esau got guns and missiles and tanks and all that, because we know that the Most High delivers the war not by weapons or a multitude of hosts, right? He's the one that gives the victory. So if we understand that the Most High gives the victory not by a multitude of hosts, meaning a multitude of people, not by your guns, not by your missiles, that's not how the Most High gives us the victory. The Most High gives us the victory by when we're moving right. So think about it. Why would we want to be hunters right now when we don't move right as a nation? When the Most High is not pleased with us, why would we want to go be hunters? We would get smashed. Now, I'm going to show y'all one example of us being smashed because the Most High wasn't with us. So if the Most High said, vengeance is mine, and right now is the time to fish, then guess what? The Most High is not with us if it was time for us to go to war, into a physical combat. So we would get our asses kicked by the same Amalek that just looks so weak and feeble, right? Go to Deuteronomy 1:42. Check this out. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 42. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 42.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto me, say unto them, go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you.
Yeah, man. Now is not our time. Now is not the time for us to be hunters and go hunt down Edomites and kill them, or any nation for that matter. Because the Most High is not with us. Go ahead.
Lest ye be smitten before your enemies.
Because come on, man. It would look really bad right now if Israelites went to war against Esau and we lost. It would look terrible. And the scripture is letting you know right here that we would lose. Go ahead.
So I spake unto you.
And let me say, it won't look terrible. It would just be terrible. Yeah. It would just be terrible. Forget how it looks. It would just be a very terrible thing for us to go up and lose. Go ahead.
And ye would not hear.
Uh-huh.
But rebelled against the commandment of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And went presumptuously.
What?
Presumptuously.
Go ahead.
Up into the hill.
Go ahead.
And the Amorites, which dwelt in that mountain, came out against you.
Uh-huh.
And chased you, as bees do.
Go ahead.
And destroyed you in Seir, even unto Hermah.
Y'all see that? We got our asses kicked. Why? Because the Most High wasn't with us. And we went up presumptuously. Just like a lot of brothers and sisters right now think very presumptuously. You see that? In wanting to go to war with Esau and not even considering that you don't even have the tools or the Most High on your side to go to war against any nation. Read on.
And ye returned and wept before the Most High.
Go ahead.
But the Lord would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you.
Con, bro. Like Bakar Gabar said, like how when those NFAC shot each other, shaking my head. When was the last time y'all heard of a white militia shooting each other? And they gather together way more than we do, and march with their guns way more than we do. We go out there one time or 2 or 3 times, and we shot one of our people. Y'all see that? Go to Numbers chapter 13, verse 30. It's not the time. And look, this is another funny aspect right here, the scripture that we're about to go to. So we went up very presumptuously trying to get the land, right? That the Most High promised to us, but the Most High said it wasn't time yet. So we went up trying to force the course of the river, and we got our asses kicked, tucked tail and ran. Came back to the Most High crying, weeping, and he wouldn't even listen to us, right? Now, let's see an instance when it was time for us to go into our land, and let's see what happened. Read Numbers 13 and 30.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 30.
Go ahead.
And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the man that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, say, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof.
Go ahead.
And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature.
So you had an instance where the Most High said, don't go up, and we went up and got our butts kicked. And then you had this instance where the Most High is like, go ahead and spy out the land. Don't worry, I'm about to give it to y'all. And Caleb came back like, yeah, we can go and take it. But then everybody else is like, oh, nah, man, these guys are too big. They're stronger than us. We ain't going to win. We don't want to go up.
Man of great stature.
Men of great stature. So it's like, damn, like, whatever the Most High wants us to do, we do the complete opposite when it comes to being hunters, right? Now, finish it up, and then somebody give me Jeremiah 12 and finish it up, and then somebody give me Joel chapter 2, verse 7.
You want verse 33, sir?
Yeah, verse 33.
And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
Yeah, we looked at them like they were gods, man. It's not like we were like literally grasshoppers to these people. We just looked at them like they were gods compared to us. And what's cold is this, man. If you look at it in today's time, the same people that will want to go up to war right now, being presumptuously, when the time does come for us to go to war, where the Most High is like, yeah, y'all go ahead and get y'all's, yeah, get your gun hot, get your sword wet, right? They're going to be like, oh, no, man, they got tanks. They got missiles.
Wow.
That's how we going to be. Now, check this out. Go to Joel chapter 2, verse 7.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 7.
Go ahead.
They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
See, this is how we're supposed to be moving. Go ahead.
And they shall march, every one on his own ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
So, of course, this is talking about angels, right? Now, if the scripture says that Yahweh Shai is the Lord of hosts, meaning that he's the Lord of armies, if we can't get it together now, if you got NFAC shooting each other, what the hell? What? How the hell we expect to go to war for the Lord of hosts, for Yahweh Shai, the general? Yahweh Shai is the general. How are we supposed to go to war when we can't even do the small things? When we can't even keep rank.
Can't even communicate.
We can't even communicate. War is all about communication. All about communication. You watch them old war movies, they had the general was always on the phone. Always. Communicating with like what's going on in the other hot spots, the hot zones.
Marking out coordinates for bombs. Making sure medic. Making sure, hey, I need you to flank them. I need you to snipers. Yeah. Communication.
What's up?
Same thing. They'll be walking up and down the line, yelling orders to their men. They'll be constantly talking throughout the war. You'll constantly hear their voice.
Yeah, I was watching Saving Private Ryan again the other day. That's a good one. That's a good one just to show you just all the different things that's happening in war. Cats, you trying to save his life, somebody next to you dies. Somebody got to keep a clear head of what's going on and not get caught up in the men around me dying. I got to complete my mission. But how do I complete the mission? I got to communicate. I got to talk. But if I'm talking, somebody has to be what?
Listening.
Somebody has to be listening. Somebody has to be taking those orders.
Yeah.
Very important.
God, man. Read verse 7 again.
Verse 7.
They shall run like mighty men.
Go ahead.
They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Go ahead.
And they shall march, every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
And that's the last part is really what I want. They shall not break their ranks. So when you look at what we just read, you had us getting the order, don't go to war, but then we went to war, got our butts kicked. And then you come back, you had another order where it's like, yeah, we're about to go to war. And then they're like, no, we don't want to go to war. Breaking ranks, breaking orders, not listening. So what will make us right now think as a people, as a nation, that we can be hunters? When we break ranks, when we break orders on small things, when we can't follow small things that the scriptures talk about, when there's no order in the household, when there's no order between brothers, no order between sisters, no communication, no love, no care, no unity, no nothing, no fight, no effort, no love, no care, no sacrifice. I mean, I can keep going. What would make us think that we would be able to go to war right now and win? When those are the small things that we need to win. Right? Go to Jeremiah 12:5. Go to Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 5.
Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 5.
Yes, sir.
And thou hast run with the footmen,
Uh-huh.
and they have wearied thee.
So if we're running with regular brothers, right? And we're getting tired of running with the brothers that's next to us. Go ahead. And
Then how?
And that's next to us. Go ahead.
Then how canst thou contend with horses?
Then how will we be able to run against an animal that is actually built to run? So, bringing it back to the class, if we can't roll in unity with brothers and sisters right now in the truth, how the hell do we expect to war against a nation that was built for war, that was blessed with the sword? We can't.
Good question.
We can't. They were literally blessed with this. That's why they could make missiles. Like, who the hell thinks of making a missile? Has it ever came in any of y'all's mind, like, man, I want to make a bomb, and when it goes off,
Just kill everything in like a 30-mile radius.
everything just dies in a 30-mile radius, and anything that survives is gonna have cancer. Has any of y'all ever thought of that? Esau did though. Sis? Yeah, like, see, we think about food. Like, man, how we gonna make this barbecue? How we gonna make this burrito? Like, how do they make the burrito at the taco truck on Beach Nut and Cook? Like, how do they do that?
Cheese they putting in that.
Yeah, what kind of cheese is that?
It's like Guatemalan cheese.
How's this machete coming together so good? Like, what are they doing? That's what we think about. Esau thinking how, come on, man, you see it all the time. Like, Russia just tested a missile the other day, and it failed. They launched a missile, and it fell into the ocean. The missile didn't do what they wanted it to do. They're like, man, how do I fix this? How do I get this missile to fly from here to America so I can kill a whole bunch of Americans? That's what they're thinking. But what we thinking? Man, how do I add the right amount of salt?
Right.
That's what we're thinking. So how are we supposed to run with them when it comes to war? How are we supposed to go to war with these same scrawny Arabs that we see that smell like they don't even know what a deodorant is? You know, how are we supposed to go to war with them when our kids is playing video games, riding bikes, but their kids is loading AKs? Talking about Allah Akbar. How? We're not even considering that. You know, we're not considering that the Most High is the one that's going to deliver us. Because us, we're a peaceful people, man. What y'all think about? What y'all think about doing right now after class?
Go home and chilling.
Go home and chilling. See, you want to finish the King Kong Godzilla movie?
What's the best little show I could watch? Catch Handmaiden's Tale.
I'm trying to catch up on my series.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched Mortal Kombat yet.
Khan.
I was highly disappointed in the King Kong movie.
Trip.
I was highly disappointed. It wasn't enough bloodshed. I don't remember any Edomites that died. I gotta see a couple
Somebody
of them.
got stepped on.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, you got King Kong versus Godzilla and nobody's getting squished.
Nah, bro, Godzilla destroyed that whole facility of Edomites.
But nobody got stepped on.
That's right. He was burning these cats with the blue flame, man. He
But
burned
now-
them with the blue flame.
I think what he means is that we didn't specifically see
I know what
somebody.
you. Yeah, get stomped. Like the
God.
camera was like, yeah.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking like, man, like, I gotta go home and prep for tomorrow, prep for work tomorrow. Like, but Esau, like, man, how do I go to the moon? Right. Elon Musk, I'm trying to put somebody on Mars. Why?
How do I keep you Negroes still oppressed? That's their real thought. How do we hold on to power? There was a story I was listening to today. Been watching the news a lot lately, and there was this black couple down in Manhattan Beach, that's California. They 100 years ago bought a section of Manhattan Beach and opened up like a resort exclusively for black people. And what did Esau do?
Oh,
They stole it from them. They took it.
Okay, yeah.
They took the land, kicked them out the land, and said they can't buy no more land ever. But now they're talking about, oh yeah, the government stole it. Now we got to get. They're in the process of trying to get it back to the family. And they were like, surely if the family would have kept that money or kept that land, they would have all been millionaires. But it's going to go to one. It's like the great grandson of these people, these black folks that supposedly this land that's worth now in the millions. This Manhattan Beach, California, is millions. This beachfront property, it's worth millions. Now think about it. Don't you think there's somebody out there trying to figure out a way for them not to get that?
Yes, absolutely.
There's somebody out there trying to figure out a way for them not to get what's rightfully theirs. That's the same thing. That's what. Can I get one real fast? It's real quick.
And can I say, yeah, of course.
Go to Psalms.
And can I say one thing on that?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, isn't Esau like just like how much beaches do y'all own?
All of them.
Like how much? Like you can't just let this one.
Nah, and it's not even a whole beach. It's like a section of the beach. They built the lifeguard tower or the lifeguard center. Not even a tower, but the lifeguard building. They built it right there, where they took this part of the beach. So it wasn't even like a huge part of the beach.
Yeah.
But it's worth millions. It's worth millions because it is the beach. It brings in revenue. Psalms 83, verse 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83. In verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Right? See, and that's what they do. They make your enemy, they distract you with noise and talking. They distract you with, you gotta watch the news, man. The stuff they try to hit people with. Like, all of a sudden now they want to give all Americans $4,000 for a week or a month for like a 12-week leave if they got like maternity, fraternity, sick. All of a sudden they want to conjure up all these things that they don't do normally.
Yeah.
That every other country is doing, but America is so far behind that if you get sick, you want what? That if you get sick and you take a day off, you lose your apartment, you get evicted. They come up with all these different things. They make these. They throw it on the news. They let you protest. They let you make all these noises and tumults and distractions. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee,
right,
have lifted up the head.
Yeah, but you forget that they hate you. See, we forget that our oppressors hate us. We think because they give us child tax credit, right? Oh, we're gonna let y'all do it monthly now. We're gonna give you monthly child tax credit. This is still the same amount of money you was gonna get regardless. Now they just spreading it out so that you don't have to be broke the whole year. Because what happens? They know that when cats get tax money, the economy does what? Right? So they're like, well, how can we keep the economy stimulated all the time? And not just in, you do taxes in February, January, February, you got till April, you get it back March, April, May, June. So April, May, June, the economy is stimulated. And then it's stimulated again December. But after that, there's no stimulation. So how do we keep it stimulated throughout? Well, we just spread out child tax credit monthly, right? 'Cause that's what they're talking about. But you forget that they hate you. Why are they doing this? Someone that hates you ain't doing something for your benefit. They're doing it for their benefit. You just feel like you're benefiting. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel.
See, they in the back room taking crafty counsel. Now check this out. Even the white man knows there's safety in counsel. Even your enemy knows that there's safety in the multitude of counsel. That's why every day, what does the president do with his advisors?
It's a briefing.
Counsel. They brief.
Yeah.
He'll go. What do they do if you just watch the news? They do it every single day. There's a White House press release or a White House news conference, and what do they do every single day? The White House chief of staff or whoever goes, stands in front of the press, lets them know what's going on for the day, what the president is working on. Oh, he's meeting about, whatever's going on in Russia or things that's happening at the border. Every single day, it doesn't stop. They counsel about things. They sitting in the back room, right, with thousands of people. It ain't, or a couple of hundred people. a couple of hundred representatives. There was one thing he was going over the other day where usually it's 1,600 people in the room. They had to slim it down to like 600 or less because of the COVID, right? But usually it's 1,600 people in the room going over whatever it is they go over. I think it was like his first 100-day briefing, some crap, whatever they do. Point is, they know we gonna counsel. We hate these Negroes and Spics so much that we're gonna have secret councils and we're gonna have a council on top of the council. And we're gonna tell y'all one thing, but we're gonna do another. Because we hate you. We forget that they hate us. So it looks good, right? 1,400, right? Each child, 5,600 for a couple of kids. It looks good, feels good. What happens when that runs out? You know what they're gonna be able to say? We already gave you that. When you go broke, when you can't make it the next time, they're not gonna be so nice. Because we hate you. We gave you a chance. Read on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And did what?
Consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
consult against us, man. They're consulting against us, not for us. They're not doing anything for the behalf of the so-called black man. You just fought. You know why we collect the certain things we collect? Because we're just here. We're here. So it's like there's no way you could just ostracize us out the way to that level where you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give every American a tax credit, but you black Americans ain't getting that. Bro, this place niggas would flip and burn this place down. You know it, I know it. Let it come out. Oh yeah, we're doing another relief, but it's only white folks. Bro, black people would lose their damn minds trying to get that money. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off
Right?
from being a nation.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped. That hasn't stopped. There's an end game. There's an end game going on. Just like with everything. Like I'll give y'all this. Y'all heard about Caitlyn Jenner? Kris Jenner, he did the whole
Caitlyn.
Yeah, he said, cause you know, transgender. He's down for the transgenderism, right? But just 2 days ago on TMZ, he basically said, it's not fair for a boy that transgendered into a woman to play women's sports. It wouldn't be fair. Then he used himself. He was like, that wouldn't have been fair if I would have went and competed against women. I would have dusted all their asses. But guess what? The gay community is like in an uproar. They're like, oh my God, it's sending shockwaves through the community. He's sending he's sending bad messages. It's destroying the whole fabric of the LBGTQ LMNOP, right? But I'm gonna show you something. The end game is this. If boys that change into women can't play women's sports because they're too strong, but they can't play men's sports because they're gonna get made fun of, what's the only course of action? Thank you. This is what were you gonna say? You give them their own sport. See, there's an end game. There's an end game where we just trying to play sports, but they about to give these faggots their whole own league. Watch. Well, they already got their own. WNBA is just gay. That's just a bunch of lesbians, right? But the point is, you got LeBron, you got Kyrie, you got KD, you got all these superb Israelite athletes, right? That if they just said, you know what, let's pull it together and do our own thing and make our own league, we'd be better off. But then you know what's going to happen? They're going to make a gay league. It's going to be literally the fag league. That's what they're going to call it. Like the gay NBA. GNBA. Right? And niggas is going to be sitting back like, see, y'all don't love us. We wanted our own league. But what did you do to get it? They plotted. The point is, they plotted and consorted and counseled their way into what they want for their people. But you didn't fight. You didn't do the things necessary to get what you wanted or what you feel like you should have. They know what the hell they're doing. They hate you. They're consulting against you. They want to cut you off. But if I cut you off, I'm promoting my longevity. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to make sure that there's provisions made for whatever it is I want. I'm using that little thing as just one instance, but there's many instances of that. Right? They start crying about gay rights and gay this. What do? They just make something, they just make a gay, listen, they got gay channels. Right? They got homosexual just channels. Gay and lesbian channels. Gay and lesbian schools. Gay and lesbian priests, churches.
Gay emojis now.
Gay.
Seen that?
No, I don't want to see that. It's what is it? 2 men kissing? What is it?
2 women, 2 men, 2.
Two women with 2 kids. Yeah.
That got what is that? An Apple thing? What is that? Apple emojis?
Yeah.
Oh, smack them. What, an Apple emoji things? Pow! Android ain't rocking with that.
But he has an Apple phone. Come on, man.
Bro, I'm loyal to the game right here. This is like a test. That's my son's toss around phone. Okay? I don't care about it. But the point is, they'll make what they want to suffice for them. While you sitting in the background wondering why you can't have. What do we do to get? Whoa. Yeah, they out there. Little yellow emojis, huh? A little fat. They got one fat and one skinny one, just like them faggots love to do. There's always a fat fag and a skinny fag, looking like the number 10, right? One old, one young. Elton John and his little boyfriend, right? Go ahead, read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, reverse. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Yeah, believe it or not, as much as you watch the news and TV and it's like, oh, Israel's fighting against Saudi Arabia and this person and Russia and this, they all in the same consent that they hate you. That if it came down to Negroes, Spics, and damn them engines, I'm going to pick my race. Them engines and niggas could go to hell. That's the one consent. Like if it really boiled down to let's go to war, guess what Russia's going to do? They teaming up with America. Like if the blacks and Hispanics literally woke up and just went to war, like straight bloodshed, they have Russia over here doing what? Fighting with America. They'd have Turkey over here doing what? Fighting with America. They have the Italian army. They have the Jewish army doing what?
They will forget their own problems. It's like it says in the scriptures.
They would all turn like it says they're going to do. This is how we know they're going to do it. Because the scriptures say that they're going to do it. Exactly. They all going to be fighting, and then what are they going to do? Turn and try to fight Christ. You see that? So that's the thing. If it was a choice, no matter what the hell the world is looking like right now, like, oh, Russia versus Israel and Russia versus America, they all Edomites at the end of the day, and they all for each other. Yeah. The one consent is that if these black people rise up in any way, I'm here for you, brother, to put his monkey ass down. I'm here to help you put him in the dirt. Read on.
They are confederate against thee.
Right, go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. They're, all the Edomites with different titles are all in confederate. With one consent, that you a nigga. Go ahead, read.
And the Ishmaelites.
All Ishmael over there is in one consent. That as dark as they may be and you may be, we ain't family. Read.
Of Moab.
Read.
And the Hagarine.
Go ahead.
Gabor. And Ammon. And Amalek.
Right.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Yeah, the damn Africans, right? All these nations they're all still here today. Believe that. When it all boils down, their sole mission is to get you out of the way. So we have to remember that. Don't think because what they're giving us a little reprieve, all of a sudden now you can go back outside like you on timeout. It's a setup. That's a setup, man. Yeah. Anyway, jump back.
Let's jump to Matthew chapter 4, verse 19.
Oh, man.
Matthew?
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 4, verse 19.
Ugh.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 19.
What happened? No, I was just reading down. I started reading down. I'm like, ugh. Yeah?
Yeah.
So they became the dung for the earth. Ugh. Anyway. Go ahead.
So at this point that we're going to go into, it's called no one wants to follow the general, right? So nobody wants to follow Yahweh Shai and follow what Yahweh Shai laid down for us. We all want to be presumptuous and rush into things. So, read Matthew 4:19.
Matthew chapter 4 verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
See that? Follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Go to John 21 and verse 15. So, in being fishers of men right now, right? What does that entail? That's not just you giving somebody a fire and being like, hey, you're an Israelite, wake up. You're from this tribe, you're from that tribe, wake up, start following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That, yes, that is fishing, but the real fishing is when you do this. John chapter 21, verse 15.
John chapter 21, verse 15.
Let's think about it. He said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men.
Can we pause real fast? Eric,
What up?
how many times you went out fishing and didn't catch nothing?
Several.
Did you? And you never stopped fishing, right?
No.
Right. How many times you went out and in the last hour, it looked like you wasn't going to catch nothing. And in that last hour, something bit, and you were like, damn.
Yeah.
Right?
I've actually went and put my hand on the pole to take it up to go.
And something snagged.
Right there, yeah.
How many times have you
Damn.
caught a fish in the first 5 minutes and then left 5 minutes later?
No.
Right? I'm asking these things because I'm trying to show something about fishing, that there's a level of patience and there's a level of not being satisfied because you thought you accomplished early in the game and that was it, or it's late in the game and I haven't gotten it, it's over, or because I didn't get nothing in the game that day, that all of a sudden I'm no longer going to go out and fish. What do? You might say, you know what? Let me try a different area. Let me try a different tactic. Let me try different bait, different tackle, right? You try to mix different, but you don't stop doing the job. Right. See, I was asking him because as far as I know, he's the expert fisherman when it comes to catching fish. Like, the brother knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right? And how long you been fishing?
Probably about
Long time?
No?
Really?
I fished and I stopped, but probably about a year and a half now, strong. Now.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think that you had a lot more years under your belt of fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what the hell you're doing.
Fishing, but not catching.
Right. Right. Standing out there, getting wet.
I did a lot of fishing. Now it's turning into some catching now.
Right. Right. There's a
Even what you're saying right there, that's...
yeah, there's a fruits, you're now seeing the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead. I wanted to just bring that out because it's important.
Yeah.
You know, if we're fishers of men, is the concept is no different when you're fishing fish or men.
Yeah.
You're not gonna always get a bite. You're not gonna, but it doesn't stop. Anyway, go ahead. Where we at?
Go to Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 15. I mean, not Jeremiah. John chapter 21, verse 15. So now I want y'all to think about these fishes that you didn't caught, right? Now I want you to think of them like transforming into lambs. Like evolving into lambs. Go ahead.
John chapter 21, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
See that? If you love Yahweh Shai, you're supposed to feed the lambs. If you love Yahweh Shai, you're going to listen to... Don't the scripture say, ye are my friends if you follow me or if you listen to me?
You said, ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you.
See? Perfect. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. So right now the commandment is we're fishers. The Most High is going to send forth hunters later. So when you fish men, Now you fish this man. This man is now walking and moving with you. What are you supposed to do? Well, if you love Yahweh Shai, you're going to feed them. You're going to feed the man. You're going to help the man grow. You're going to help him learn how to fish too. That's not a one-day process. That's not a one-week process. That's going to take time. You see that? Read it again. Read verse 16.
He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep.
Now, I want y'all to think about somebody that's in a position of power. Do they like to repeat themselves?
Nah.
Usually somebody that's like in a position of power, they say something once and that's it. They don't like to repeat themselves. So if they're repeating themselves, that means that it's very important. Now, I want y'all to go to y'all book of John. Y'all should already be in John, right? What is chapter 21? What chapter is that in John? That's the last chapter. That's literally the last chapter in John. And we're reading chapter 21. Literally, one of the last things that Yahweh Shai said in this book of John is, if you love me, feed my sheep. He said it once. He said it twice. Read verse 17.
He said unto him the third time.
And he said it 3 times. Now, like I said, what person in authority likes to repeat themselves? None. So now I want y'all to consider that Yahweh Shai didn't just say this once or twice. He said it 3 times. Read.
Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai said unto him, Feed my sheep.
So guess what? When he first found the disciples, he told them, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And then right here when he was leaving, he said, feed my sheep. Now you're fishers of men. I want you to feed the sheep. So with us being fishers right now and not hunters, our job is to feed the sheep, man. Because guess what? And we're about to go into it. What's the point in Yahweh Shai giving us the kingdom right now, but our people's not fed? We're going to still do the same thing we're doing right now, man. We're going to be killing each other over nothing. We ain't going to know how to raise a family. Husbands and wives ain't going to know how to get in order. I'm about to put somebody on blast. I'm not going to say the name, but it's somebody very close and near and dear to me. Not my rib. But this person was complaining that the husband would come home from work, sit on the couch, drink his bottle of water, and he would get up and leave. And sometimes he wouldn't throw his water bottle in the trash. Now, you've been with this man for 30 years. How is that a problem? He just came home from work. He's tired as hell. She would complain that he would eat his food, eat his plate, go into the kitchen, rinse the plate off, and set it there. You've been with this man for 30 years. You've been washing his dishes for 30 years. Why is that a problem? Why is that an issue to where y'all are butting heads in the house over that? As a woman, you're a helpmeet. You see what I'm saying? Is that saying that the man can't help and play his part and clean up after himself? Not saying that at all, because the man should, right? But as a woman, that's your job. You're the helpmeet. So just think about it. We're going to be in heaven, and you're going to be hearing your neighbor arguing. You'll never wash your damn dish, nigga. Like, you're going to be hearing your neighbor do that, and you're supposed to be in heaven? The wife is arguing with the husband over washing a dish? Like one plate, one fork, and 1 cup. That takes what? Like a minute or 2 to wash? Like, he could have did it. He could have did it kind, but if he chooses not to do it because he's an austere man, why would it be a problem? When that's your position, when that's your duty. You see what I'm saying? So when you see the scripture and it says, feed my sheep, it's stuff like that it's talking about. Because there's little instances in a relationship that the husband and wives don't know their roles. They don't know their duties. They lack in that. So you got to feed them. You got to feed them and help them. And if you love your Yahushua, that's what you would do. Because if a husband and wife can't agree on, damn, you left the damn plastic bottle right here after you were done drinking it, I got to pick it up. If that's an issue, again, how do you expect to be a hunter and go to war against Esau? How do you expect Yahushua to be like, you know what, it's hunting season time? How do you expect Yahushua to say, you know what, New Jerusalem, coming down, let's go. Y'all are ready. Like, hell no, we're not ready. Not when there's arguments over things like that. Hell no, we're not ready when brothers is arguing over the duty, over their calling. When you're fighting against your calling and what the Most High called for you to do. We're not ready for New Jerusalem to come down. We're not ready if we still got a whole bunch of things in our spirit that we haven't worked out. Why? Because Jerusalem's going to come down and we're going to be the same niggas.
It's like you can't put old wine in new bottles.
Yeah.
You can't put old people in the new kingdom. You can't put, like, remember, Tupac lied. Or whatever epiphany he came through. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. No, it doesn't. So it's not going to have a ghetto, and it's not going to have ghetto mentality. Right? Remember, ghetto mentality is not always synonymous, and it should not always be synonymous with black people. Somehow it is, though. It's like, oh, you ain't ghetto enough. Meaning that you're not, you try to use like you're not black enough. To me, that's a crock of BS. Right? Because we all have our ghetto moments, right? We have our ghetto things that we do, you know? But they try to make everything ghetto, like, because you like Kool-Aid, you ghetto. Nah, I just like Kool-Aid. Or because you like, you know, just certain things, they just, oh, that's ghetto. But the ghetto mentality, the sloth, the mentality that we know that is not acceptable, the slothfulness, the anger, the hatred, you know, the ghetto mind of, I'm not gonna feed my kids, but I got on a $700 Versace belt, but my fridge is empty. That type of thinking, that is what has to be washed out of our people, right? Oh, I got, you know, do I buy dinner, or do I buy a pair of red bottoms? Right? Or do I buy a new handbag? Do I put gas in the car, or do I buy a bag of weed? That is what got to be washed out. That type of ghetto, that's a ghetto mentality. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean black. And it shouldn't mean like, oh, you ain't black enough because you ain't ghetto. Well, then guess what? I guess I just ain't black enough. Because when we get to the kingdom, that mind, that's what's supposed to be. Remember, he said, the scripture that's coming to my mind, I can't word it. When it talks about to the glorious day,
Light shining brighter and brighter.
Brighter, yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's in Proverbs.
Yeah, I think that's the one I want. Royalty with class and standards. Yeah, and that's what it's talking about. What is the fisherman doing to, or what is the man that's feeding the sheep doing? Well, I'm getting that sheep ready. I'm prepping that sheep for what? Why would I sit there and feed a sheep? Or the sheep, excuse me. I want it to grow, right? I want it to grow for whatever use I'm going to have for it. So I'm going to fatten it up. I'm going to take care. It's not just feeding it, but it's also keeping it out of danger, nurturing it, washing it, cleaning it, right? It's all these different aspects of what a shepherd would do for a sheep. You see that?
Yep.
So it's no different. There's mentalities and mind states that literally have to be ripped out of our people's heads. There's a lot of different things. And, you know, just having the proper care for yourself. Self-care. Self-maintenance.
Yeah.
A lot of our people ain't got that. So they won't even make it to them gates because they wouldn't be consistent enough to have made it. You know, those things got to be taught in a lot of our people.
Yeah.
But what's the one that I wanted?
Proverbs 4:18. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18.
I don't want to be, you know, my thing is I don't want to be hood enough. You know what's crazy? A lot of people, they you know, they're like, oh, where you from? Like, I grew up in New York. I'm from New York. They're like really? Like, you don't have an accent. And I'm like, good. I don't want you to be able to pinpoint where I'm from off the way I talk.
Exactly.
I don't want to be boxed in because of a certain way I speak. You know what I mean? Because then it's like people tend to pigeonhole you because of where you from, because of how you sound. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a New York accent. I was just one of those guys that I grew up in other places other than New York that it molded me. I wasn't molded into one thing or the other. Meaning, I didn't just see New York. Right? A lot of people just in hoods ain't never left a block. They have that sheltered mentality that I can't go down the block because it's danger. I don't know what's down there. I'm nervous. This is how you know the hood mentality is trash. Because I'm so tough. I'm so hood, right? I'm ghetto, but I can't venture down the block because I don't know what's down there. Me, I was taking adventures. I was getting lost on the train on purpose because I'm not trying to go back home. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to explore. I'm trying to go to the city. I'm trying to go over here. I'm trying to be in this borough. Young, I'm moving around. When I would listen, I was taking road trips by myself as soon as I could drive a car. I was 16, taking cross-state road trips because I couldn't be boxed into one place. My mind was like, no, I got to explore. I got to break out of the chains of New York City or Colorado or Philly or San Antonio. You see what I'm saying? I had to break away from that, not wanting to be boxed in as a certain type of just person. So what I do? My mind let me explore and break away and move around and travel and learn about other people. You'd be surprised how many different ways you can do things just in America. How many different types of people there really are. But read that.
Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 13.
Forgot where I wanted to go here. Read.
Take fast hold of instruction.
Right?
Let her not go.
Oh, this is
18. 4 and 18. 18.
Oh, I thought you wanted. Okay, 4 and 18. Read that.
This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18.
Right.
But the path of the just.
Right. Go ahead.
Is as the shining light.
Right.
They shineth more and more.
Right, and that's what should be happening. As we're feeding the sheep, they should be the path. Their path should be lighted up more and more.
Yeah.
Their path should be lighted up more and more. Go ahead.
Until the perfect day.
Until what?
The perfect day.
Right, because when that perfect day comes, we're still not going to be perfect. That's why it says in Thessalonians, in the twinkling of an eye. When we're twinkled, right, we're going to be trying to go and we're going to get to a certain level of perfection, but then we're going to have to be, when it says, when the immortal shall put on immortality. When this mortal shall put on immortality, that's what's good. That's what's happening now. We're literally putting on immortality every time we get in the book and apply. Every time we learn and apply, we're literally putting on immortality. We'll never get all the way immortal until Yahweh Shai comes and boom, you got it. But that's the point of being able to be this fisher, is the discipline that it takes. We talked about it. The discipline and patience it takes to sit there and even catch something. Then if I don't catch something, how am I going to revamp my approach? Right? Maybe I got the wrong bait. Maybe I ain't got enough poles. Maybe I'm in the wrong area. Maybe this area is too saturated or not saturated enough. All the things I now have to think about and say, how do I become this optimal fisher, this fisherman? It's a game of patience. Maybe I'm too loud, right? You gotta have a certain level of noise out there, right? Maybe I'm too loud. Maybe what I'm wearing it's throwing them off. Maybe my smell. There's many different variables to consider. But the point is the consideration. That's another thing that a lot of our people lack is considering their status. A lot of our people don't realize that they're oppressed. Like how we went through those first scriptures. A lot of them ain't thinking about no damn Deuteronomy. Like, damn, I'm oppressed, but I can drive around. I can walk the streets of America, good old America, right? I can get me a job. I can go walk into any store I want. Like, I'm good. How am I oppressed? But a lot of our people don't consider that they are oppressed. So even waking them up to that fact and just saying, listen, we're oppressed and this is why. But I don't feel like that. Well, yeah, it's not about an individual. It's about the whole. You see that? So a lot of patience. Go ahead. Where we at? Jump. You can.
Let's go to Revelations 21 and 20. Revelations chapter 21 and verse 27.
You said 27?
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 21 verse 27.
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 27.
And this is why it's important for us to keep shining and to help our people to keep shining more and more unto the perfect day. Because will we ever be 100% perfect? No, we won't. But this is why we have to strive ourselves and get our people to strive. Go ahead.
And there shall in no wise enter into anything that defileth.
So you see that? Ain't nothing going. Before you read 27, jump to verse 21 so we can know what we're talking about. 21 and 1.
21 and 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. And there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High, out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
You see that? So we have this kingdom that's prepared for us. That's going to be descended from out of heaven for us. That's what the hell we're trying to get to. That's why the fishing is important. Because you hunting ain't going to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Hunting isn't going to get our people to be able to enter into the city. That's going to be descended out of heaven. Because that's the goal. Read verse 27.
God. Verse 27.
And somebody give me Revelation 7 and 13. Go ahead.
And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth.
So this New Jerusalem that's going to be coming down from heaven for us, there's nothing defiled that's going to be entering therein. So guess what? For me, honestly, I could care less about becoming a hunter. I can care less about hunting. Because I want to make it to this city. Because ain't nothing defiled going to enter into the city. So guess what? I can pop as many Edomites as I want to. You know what I'm saying? I can pop as many Arabs and Indians and as much as these nations as I want to. If my spirit and my mentality is defiled, I'm not going to enter into this city.
So your first thing is your first action was null and void.
Yeah, so I was popping them for nothing.
No, it was for nothing, and you were showing that you were about your own will.
Con. Con. Go ahead.
Neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie,
Or what?
or maketh a lie.
You know why this is cold? Like, who still has trouble lying? Little white lie. Oh, it's just a little white lie. He doesn't know. She don't know.
I use a different word, just being deceptive.
Even better.
We listen. A lot of us deal with deception in a way of, I didn't lie, but I didn't tell the whole truth either.
Con.
Or I'm gonna omit certain facts, or I'm gonna
Use certain words.
to. I'm gonna play. Yeah, what do you semantics?
I'm gonna use what's going on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You switch up facts in your brain, and you let your brain get convinced that was it. We all deal with a level of, we deal with that levels of deception, being deceptive.
Yeah.
You might not be a flat out liar, but it all goes hand in hand. So,
Con. You see that? None of that is going to enter in. Go ahead.
But they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
You see that? So that's our job as fishers, is to get brothers and sisters to be written into the book of life. That's what it's about. We're not trying to hunt We're not trying to get brothers and sisters to hunt. Yahweh Shah already said that vengeance is mine. He's going to send forth his hunters. God. But then don't the scriptures say that the angels are the reapers? When you start putting scriptures together and connecting it, we're the fishers. When you put the scriptures together, the hunters are the angels. They seem like they're the angels.
Yeah, even that Joel that he went to, when you look at that, that wasn't talking about, and we didn't say it was, but that wasn't talking about us doing that. Mm-hmm. That was the angels that were going to do that. That were going to break rank. That were going to run like an army. Nobody was going to be thrust through. Nobody was going to be injured. Yeah. That was the angels. That wasn't us. We're not there yet. And we're not going to be there for a long while. You see that? That's beyond just a mentality. That's what you call true immortality. You can't kill an angel. You can't put an angel to death with the sword. So even that Joel, that was the angels.
Done.
Yeah.
Go to Revelation 7 and 13.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 13.
And then Revelation chapter 14, verse 1.
And one of the elders answered, saying unto me,
Uh-huh.
What are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they?
You see that? This is what we're trying to, this is what the purpose of fishing is. To get brothers and sisters to be arrayed in white robes. Brothers and sisters and their families. Man, your friends. Your friends in the world. You know, everybody got that one friend they wish, or that one family member that they wish would just come into the truth. Mm-hmm. This is what it's about. You're trying to get them to be arrayed in that white robes. You see that? Go ahead.
And I said unto him,
Uh-huh.
Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation.
You see that? We're trying to help our brothers and sisters come out of the tribulation. Because are we not in tribulation? Listen, putting off the old man alone is a tribulation. That's a fight. That's a daily battle. Screw what Esau got going on, and screw the American system, and screw all that. We're Israelites now. So and with us being Israelites now, right, we have the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. So guess what? You know how we went to that Psalms 83 and how they took crafty counsel against us? The scripture tells you that whenever no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So whenever they do try to take this crafty counsel against you, the scripture also tells you that whenever they curse you, if you're righteous, if you're on point, that cursing will turn into a blessing. Mm-hmm. So they take this crafty counsel against us. If we're moving the right way, that crafty counsel will turn into a blessing. Simple as that. There's a lot, like, for instance, the Joe Biden thing, right? Where he's trying to give the money for the children every month. Mm-hmm. See, for somebody that thinks with wisdom, that money that's going to be getting spread out every month, that person that thinks with wisdom is actually going to be able to use that money for his for a good purpose, mm-hmm. and turn it into a blessing, even though they got that as something that should be against us, right? But see, a person that's in the world that's not righteous, he's going to be like, oh man, this is more crack money, this is more weed money, this is more money for me to put in the drugs,
sneaker money.
It's more sneaker money. It's more because that's the purpose. That's why they're giving it to you.
In the club, trick off money, throw it at the strippers.
That's why they're giving it to us. But see, a man with wisdom, a woman with wisdom will use it for the right purpose. So this is what we're trying to do. The tribulation for us shouldn't even be the world anymore. It should be the old man that you're fighting every day to put off. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know why? Because the white man, we already know what he's doing. This is the thing. Once you realize that a person ain't for your benefit, do you even mess with them? And then do you really even sit back and try to consider what the hell they're about? You know, once you see a person is against you, you really try to investigate. Let me make sure they're not really against me. Nah, you're like, I can feel that you're not with me. I could tell you ain't riding with me. So I'm gonna park you over here, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing over here. But for some reason, Black America is so caught up in the white man and what he's doing. Well, we know what he's doing. He's committing atrocities. He's raping. He's robbing. He's murdering. He's unfair. He has no equity. He has no love. He has no compassion. He has no peace. He has no joy. He's miserable. We know that. So why are we so caught up in him? We need to be more caught up in us.
Yeah.
And learning to stay away from him. Separate ourselves from him. That dragon.
God.
If I see a dragon, I'm not trying to cozy up. No matter how much you cozy up next to the dragon, at some point, he gonna burn you. That's what dragons do, right? That's what snakes do. They bite. You can charm it all you want and right? But when he's ready, when he don't like the tune you, right? What's he gonna do? He's gonna strike. We gotta learn that. For some reason, our people haven't learned that. They haven't learned that, wait a minute, this man ain't for us. They have this glimmer of hope, this delusion of grandeur. That's what I call it. It's a delusion of grandeur. That the white man's going to snap out of the hex and love us. The scriptures say he hates us.
It's in the spirit.
A perpetual hatred. The violence against our brother Jacob. The scriptures say it. The scriptures have shown us through time. You see that? We got to get back to what the scriptures say. And stop dealing with our emotions in what we want to happen or what we feel should happen. But we're brothers. Mortal enemies from the birth, from the womb.
God.
We got to realize that about Esau. He realized something about you. That as long as he can toss money, as long as he can toss trinkets and booby prizes and let you go on, hang out on the beach for a week, as long as he could give you liquor, bags of weed, as long as there's a Champs open and a GameStop, as long as I give them those things, I got them.
Yeah.
Hair weave spot, right? As long as I let her get the bundles, long ass nails all the way out to here, like cat claws. As long as we can let them do that stuff, I'm good. We got them. They know that about us. We're failing to realize the things about them.
God. You got a question online?
So, wait, what?
So is fornication a sin? Or is there...
Yes, it is. Fornication is definitely a sin. You got spiritual fornication, and you got physical fornication. So, yeah, the scriptures tell you that fornicators and such would not go into the kingdom. Go to 1 Corinthians 5 real quick, just on their question.
That one sits in that. First one sits in that.
No, go to 5 and 1 real fast, and then. No, you're good.
1 Corinthians chapter 5.
Is it 5 and 1 or second?
Yeah, it's 5 and 1.
It's 1 Corinthians 5 and 1. Read that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
1 Corinthians 5 and 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you,
Go ahead.
and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles,
Right.
that one should have his father's wife.
Right. So the fornication that Paul was speaking of in this instance was that a man was laying with his father's wife. So that was the physical, that physical fornication. But then you have fornicators that would serve other gods. So yes, fornication will be a sin. And I see that you're speaking of the physical fornication. So is fornication a sin, or is there have to be love before sex? To where isn't it? Or I'm curious. Well, you just got to keep watching us, but the scriptures let us know that if you lay with a person, if a man lays with a woman, that's his wife, and that's her husband. So sexual intercourse would be taking the steps towards marriage. Once you lay with that person, you're sealing the marriage. That's why you wouldn't lay with a person after 2 minutes of meeting them in the club. You know what I'm saying? Because once you lay with them, that's your husband in the spirit. And physically, that's your husband or wife. So the common thing that we did as civilized humans, I know it's so far from it, it don't seem like it, but when we were civilized, way back in the ancient days, we would actually date or betroth for about a year before we lay with a person. America has ripped out of our minds any sort of decency. So Now you meet a chick in the club, you hit it that night, and then you don't never hear from her until she searches you down on Facebook talking about she's pregnant. You see what I'm saying? Or you get burnt, or something weird has to happen. But we didn't operate like that in our time, in our righteousness. We didn't operate the way America teaches us. So yes, you wouldn't want to go around laying with a bunch of women, because then you would be a fornicator. Okay? Or a whoremonger.
I was gonna say too, you gotta look at it and really think how the Most High looks. Like, do you think the Most High cares about a piece of paper and a ring? Like, the Most High doesn't care about a piece of paper and a ring. A piece of paper saying that now you're married to such and such, and now this person has your last name. That's not what marriage is in the eyes of the Most High. That's what we were taught that marriage was you signing the paperwork. No, like, marriage in the eyes of the Father was you laying with the woman. Mm-hmm. And think about it, if the world still operated in that way where you knew as a man that if I laid with this woman that this was my wife, you wouldn't just be laying with everything. You wouldn't be laying with nothing.
And a lot of institutions would be shut down.
God.
Meaning a lot of negativity that we see on TV. Like there, me and my rib was watching this show, 90 Day Engagement. 90 Day, y'all seen that one? Huh? What is it? 90 Day Fiance. It's like, what are you talking about? Or the one where there wasn't 90 days, they was literally like, they went that day, married at first sight. Yeah. Like, what? Like, you walk in a wedding dress and you marry, you like do your nuptials to a person you literally just met. Like, you just walked into the mall and picked the first person that said, I do. And then you get to know each other. But even in that time, what are they doing? Some of them are laying with each other first night. You see that? A lot of different institutions that America promotes, that promiscuous, you just got to go and just go on Snapchat one time and look at all the different stories that are happening and all these different storylines of celebrities, and they got these Snapchat like sitcom. It's like a Snapchat sitcom.
Yeah.
And it's like this episode, and you go watch it. It's like not even that long, 15-minute, a lot of commercials, but a lot of it is just having to do with just people bouncing from people to people, and man to man and woman to woman, because that's what America promotes. But if we do, like, going back to the class, and this, I'm glad you brought this up. If we go back to being the fishers, what are we teaching? Well, we're teaching, put down America's mentality, and let's pick back up our heritage of meeting a person, right? And getting to know them as long as humanly possible, which in our case, we went about a year. Well, no, let me rewind. Having children, raising your children to be respectable human beings. That way, if my son needed a wife down the line, I can go to the brother and say, hey, you have a beautiful daughter that I know has been raised with love, with care, with a standard to be a woman, right? Let my son marry your daughter. Oh, you know what, brother? Well, I see that your son has been raised respectable, to be a man with wisdom, with knowledge, with understanding. He loves his people. He's trying to do something other than be an entertainer or a basketball player, right? So yes, they can marry one another when the time is right. Then, as we're teaching them about marriage when they're young, they're understanding that even the time when they're just betrothed, that's sacred. You can't be betrothed to 3-4 niggas. Oh, we just talking. Right? Oh, you got a girl? Nah, we just talking.
Yeah.
That's America, right? Oh, we just talking. So we're just talking is like the gateway of I can hit it. Bring that on.
Okay.
You see that? That's the whole part about being a fisher, and then the following. Just simple tradition like that, and we'll knock down a lot of oppression that's happening in America. These marriages and divorces, man.
If I could just
go ahead, jump in. No, go ahead. I'm shut up.
I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I had let her know, like, yeah, like, my wife, I'm happy, like, her parents, her family, they love me. You know what I'm saying? And while you were saying all this, I was just thinking, like, damn, like, a lot of us, we have kids, and as our kids get older, you don't even know who the hell they're getting with. You know nothing about the person.
Yeah, nothing.
You know nothing. So you'll sit there and literally worry about your daughter as a man. Like, why? Because you don't know nothing about the man that she's with. And then you as a man, if it's your son, you'll worry about your son because you don't know nothing about the daughter that he's with.
You know why? Because you didn't instill in them what type of man, your daughter, what type of man that she needs to look for, or what type of man will be acceptable, and you didn't put in your son what type of woman is acceptable.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's where the worry comes from, where it goes back to us teaching them. This is what, if you get into a relationship, this is the type of woman you want, son. I talk to my son about that a lot. Like, bruh, this stuff you see on TV, hell no, that's not what you want. You see that? Yeah. Same thing with the daughters. Is you don't want to type a little, you don't want to down the line a man like this that you see on TV because he got pectorials and abs. No, look at what they show you on TV as the example. The dude with the abs and the muscles is a damn airhead. You know what I'm saying? Not always. Y'all get what I'm saying. What they promote. So it's about teaching our children. Now the brother said, and I like this. He said, "In my heart, I really love my woman. I will not lie. I've had sex with her, but before that, it was a year before I lay with her. The Most High has purified me, and I know I want to love her till the end." And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to come to the realization that ain't no girlfriend and boyfriend. That's your wife. From the time you lay with her, that's your wife, and you have to do what the scriptures say you do towards a wife. How to, you got to handle that responsibility, and not let my family said we ain't got no papers and a ring, so disannul and disillusion you and destroy the fact that the Bible said you're married. So you got to hold on to the way you feel, and now apply the Bible to the way you feel, and it'll make it all come full circle. You see that? It's funny. The way you feel is what the Bible says. You see that? That's the righteousness that's in you. The way you feel, I want to be with her till the end, right? What a piece of paper can't instill that in you.
Yeah, a ring.
A ring can't instill that in you, but the laws of the Most High, the spirit of righteousness is already in you on that aspect.
Yeah.
So you got to keep rolling with that, and then now you apply the wisdom to your thoughts. You'll have a beautiful, long-lasting marriage. You see that?
Yeah, I said one more thing too.
He said thank you. He said, "I'm Mexican and meeting the parents is a big step. She met my family. The way I see it, our father has made it clear to me. She's right for me, and I know God's plan doesn't change." Well, yeah, you gotta roll with that. Your responsibility as a man, as her husband, would be the teacher. Again, you love me, feed my sheep. So your responsibility is for you to learn so that you can relay the information to your wife. And then if you guys have kids, now we can raise our children the right way. And what do? Well, we erase the whole top of the class we just did, right? We erase that, right? And we teach ourselves, teach our children, and they continue to, hold the torch. We'll erase the part where, we were oppressed and the Most High was jealous and provoked us to anger and all these different things. We erase that. We pull ourselves out those mental chains to make it to where we need to make it to. So, keep watching, my brother. Keep watching class. We got a lot of good classes, just marriage and we got a lot of classes, man. So I'm sure you could pick through and find what you need. And if you got questions, feel free to ask them. You can hit it. You can hit my number. It's up there, 303-557-8979. We got classes in VA. You can watch those also. So, yeah.
Okay.
We gonna end it?
Yeah, we gonna end it.
Okay, we gonna end it. I like that ending. Positive note. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not that it wasn't gonna be a positive note anyway.
Yeah.
This was one of them good classes.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll end it there. Again, thank everybody for sticking in there with us. Yeah, in a month I'm gone, just so y'all know. So if y'all don't see me for a while, I didn't disappear. But next month I'm leaving. I'm gonna be in Rochester for like 3 months. So y'all ain't gonna see me online. My good brethren, right? My Benjamin bro, he gonna be here, holding it down, class, and all the other things that we do for the school. He's gonna be the man. So I didn't go nowhere. Zion's gonna be back in VA. You know how we do. We move pieces around, man. So you might see him. You might see another brother out here. You know what I mean? You might see Kazak pop up. You might see Zion pop up. So, just letting y'all know what we got going on. Right now, Zion's out in VA. Rochester. He's been there for 2 months. He got 1 more month, and I'm gonna be out there for 3. And we just trying to rotate. We're trying to rotate the three states and just keep the momentum going. And we'll see where the Most High got us going next. But the whole point is to build up, feed the sheep, build up that foundation of Rochester. That way, Rochester, Virginia, Houston is equal. Yeah, it's equal. The sisters are on point, brothers are on point, and there's an equality. So, just letting y'all know what's going on. All right. Today is Monday, so they'll be live in Virginia tomorrow. So look out for that. All right. With that, let's say shalom.
Shalom.
6 chill, for real.
Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up. Who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time.